Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here. Okay, so we are back with the Barbarian and the Witch Hunter. And this is going to be part 5 of the Let's Play series. So one thing we forgot to do last time is we forgot to draw a treasure for clearing out a dungeon room event. So I picked a treasure here and we're going to reveal it. And let's see, it is the Lifebringer Spell Scroll. Blazing fire leaps from the warrior's eyes, striking the warriors and bathing them in a corona of energy that closes up their wounds. Pick any number of warriors on the board, including the warrior bearing the scroll. Roll a d6 for each warrior chosen. Each warrior gets that number of his wounds healed. If 2 or more of the dice roll come up with the same number, the spell fails and none of the warriors get to heal any wounds. Okay, so this is for a dwarf, elf, or wizard. So the barbarian is neither of those. Neither is the witch hunter, but most of these cards were labeled only for the 4 warriors included in the base game. And so the witch hunter, in his book, it actually says what kind of treasure he can use, because they had to go ahead and they had to kind of retcon the rules a little bit. So if you look in his book, it'll tell you what kind of treasure he can use. And the witch hunter may use any other magical items that he may find, such as time freeze ring, but may not use any treasures which is specifically designed for wizards. So this is a weird one here because it's not specifically designed for wizards. I would rule that would say that he could use, if it said wizards only, and that was the only clarifying trait or limitation of the card. So this is not wizards only, it's dwarf, elves, and wizards only. So I think that the witch hunter could take this spell scroll. If other people don't agree, I'm not sure, but we're going to rule it like that. So maybe somebody else can chime in and let me know if I'm cheating. Could be, but that's how we'll play it for now, which is nice because we have our single healing potion. And right now the witch hunter is at 8 wounds and the barbarian is at 11 wounds. And so if we remember, we cleared out this area. We found this this labyrinth hall here that's leading to 3 distinct paths. I did make these little tokens that just to help me keep track of what phase we're in, because I think last time I got a little confused and I believe there was a roll of a 1 that should have been the barbarian going through him becoming bloodlust. I think that's what it's called. When he rolls a 1, the barbarian is so maddened with bloodlust that all he does this turn is slash wildly about, causing 1 wound for every adjacent warrior. So he might have actually slashed at the witch hunter at a certain point, but I think I lost track of my rolls, which is quite easy to do when you're playing solo in a game like this that involves so many little rules and so many rolls of the dice that are at different phases for different things. So anyways, I think there's just a couple little corrections there, I believe. And we are back to, we're just going to start at the top here with the power phase. So we will take our dice out here and let's see what fate beholds our warriors today. So we're going to roll for the power phase here. And a 3, so no unexpected event. And now we're going to move into the warriors phase, and they're going to move in initiative order. So the barbarian is going to move into here, and let's head towards this north path here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That ends his turn because we're moving into a new unexplored room, and it's going to have an event card. And we're going to move the 1, 2, 3, 4 here. All right, so they're both ready to look through that. Take our handy lantern here to mark where we're going to explore. And what did we find in this room? A dying orc. The warriors find a dying orc lying on the ground, the victim of an intertribal feud. Even though bleeding from a dozen fatal wounds, he still manages to growl and snarl at them to keep back. He seems to be protecting a sturdy iron key he is clutching in his left hand. The warriors can either rush him or wait until he dies before relieving him of the key. If they rush him, he fights desperately, even as his final life blood ebbs away. Roll a d6 for each warrior. On a score of 1, 2, or 3, that warrior takes 1d6 plus 2 wounds as the orc slashes at him. Or the warriors can wait. The orc takes 1d6 turns to die, during which time he makes a lot of noise. If an unexpected event occurs during this time, rather than take an event card, make 2 rolls on the monster table to see what arrives. These monsters must be killed before they can be taken, before the key can be taken. The key is for an iron padlock from one of the events in the, it's one of the events that you can roll up. So this is kind of a weird card. I'm not sure where this card came from, if it was an original, it might be. Yeah, it must be one of the original cards, or maybe an official expansion card, but Event 43 is actually in the roleplay book, and it's in the dungeon table that you can roll. Let's see, so Event 43 here is the event of a locked door. The next door the warriors find is locked with a huge padlock. If one of the warriors has brought a set of lock picks, he may try to pick it, or we can unlock it with this card once we take that key. Now, I'm not sure we're ever going to actually come across that particular event, because I'm not using that that table, that event table right now. I'm using only the cards, and so I'm not sure how important this key is going to be. But I think our warriors, I don't want to risk having to roll up on the monster event twice, so we are going to rush him. And so we're going to roll a d6 for each warrior, and on a 1, 2, or 3, they're going to take some wounds. All right, so the barbarian is going to take some wounds, and the witch hunter is safe, and he's going to take, what is it, 1d6 plus 2 wounds from the injured orc slashing out violently. So there's 1d6, so 6, and the barbarian's toughness is 4, so the barbarian is going to take 2 more wounds, dropping him down to 9. All right, so with that event out of the way, and that actually took place in the monster phase, and now we're into the explore phase. All right, so the barbarian shines his lantern through this door, and then let's see what he discovers on the other side is a passageway. A rough-hewn passage leads deeper into the darkness. All right. Grab our standard passage tile here, and we're going to kind of flip it this way. Let's see. Actually, I think I'll go like this, and then we'll put a door coming this way. Again, I have to get a little creative with the way I build the dungeons, just so everything fits on this smaller table. And then we will take our remaining dungeon cards and put those there. So that was the explore phase. And now we're back to the power phase. A 2, no unexpected event. Now, should we continue on this path, or maybe check to see what's in one of the other doorways leading from this labyrinth hall? I think we will continue down this way. So no unexpected event. We are at the warrior phase. The barbarian is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and followed up by the witch hunter there. And that was the warrior phase. Now we're going to go into the monster phase. Nothing to do there. Explore phase, I'm not quite adjacent. And then we are going to go back up to the power phase here. And a 4, okay, no unexpected event. So the warriors, we're just going to move up. Nothing to do in the monster phase. The explorer phase, we're going to shine our lantern and let's see what kind of... All right, a stairway leading down. You almost stumble and fall down a set of slimy stone steps that descend into the darkness. All right, find my stairwell here. And those are going to be going down. And let's put a doorway just at the end here. Take our 2 remaining dungeon cards and put those there. All right, so we are back up to the power phase. And a 4, no unexpected event. We're going to keep moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down the stairs, deeper into the dungeon we go. Monster phase, nothing going on. Explorer phase, nothing to explore. So we are back up to the power phase. And no unexpected event. All right, things are quiet, perhaps too quiet. So we're moving up, nothing in the monster. And we're going to be at the explorer phase. So we will take a look through the door here and see what we see. And the Flames of Kozla, which is a small special corridor. All right, so here's the Flames of Kozla here. So we will place that, place a door leading, let's say leading to the south there. Maybe these 2 halls will connect somehow. All right, so Flames of the Kozla. And we'll put that there. All right, let's see. The first time a warrior enters this board section, he regains 2d6 wounds up to his starting wound maximum. Each warrior may only be healed once in this way. The Flames of Kozla is a corridor, not a dungeon room, so entering it will not trigger an event card. Excellent. One of the rare rooms or corridors that's actually a good draw for the warrior. So let's see, the barbarian can heal up to 9, so he's going to go back up to his starting, which was 12. And the witch hunter, his starting was 9. He's going to heal up to 9, so he is going to go up to his starting value, which was 9, I believe. So all right, fortune smiles upon us today. Well, I guess actually we had to move in there first. And then we will be back up at the top at a power phase. And a 2. All right. So nothing there. The warriors, we're already there. Monster, nothing. And exploration phase. This is going to be the final card in this stretch of the dungeon. So let's see what it is. A T-junction. So we're going to have to divide. So actually this is just going to be a dead end because there are no other cards on this in this passageway and nothing to divide. And so the warriors have exhausted this this stretch of the dungeon and have not found anything of interest. So I guess it's time to backtrack a bit. That's kind of some people complain about this aspect of games like this and its derivatives like Darklight, Memento Mori, and Shadows of Brimstone, in that sometimes there is not a lot happening in this game. Sometimes you're just exploring and you're safe and you find boring old passageways, and I actually kind of like that because in my mind it does simulate the fact that some dungeons are more dangerous and some dungeons are more safe than others. You know, sometimes I think as an explorer, these warriors would go into a place and maybe not find anything at all. And I do like that. So we're back up to the power phase. And there's a 3. So we're just going to have to go to the warrior phase now, and we will move 1, 2, 3, 4. We will move him to match. Monster phase, nothing. Exploring phase, nothing. Back up to the power phase. There it is. There's the 1. All right. So while backtracking, while walking up the stairs, retracing their path, the warriors come across 6 goblin spearmen. All right, wounds 2, move 4. Special rules. Goblins armed with spears may attack from 2 squares away, even past intervening monsters or warriors. So there's going to be 3 spearmen. So, okay, somebody else mentioned that instead of rounding down, I should be rounding up when rolling for monsters, and then scaling it for 2 warriors, and I agree. So from now on, when we have to roll for monsters, we will be rounding up. It just makes more sense with the D6 values. But anyways, we're not rolling here. We're just going to scale based on this card as 6 goblins with spears. So we're going to be fighting 3 of those. So we have our 3 goblin spearmen here. And we're going to try to place those as evenly as possible. So we're going to place 1 will be fighting the barbarian, 1 will be fighting the witch hunter, and then let's say whoever rolls the lowest is going to get the second one, the barbarian. So we'll put the other one right here. Now those came out during the power phase, so that means that they actually will get a chance to attack during this upcoming monster turn. All right, so we are now into the warrior phase. So I think the barbarian is going to go ahead and turn to face this guy. He moved. At the beginning of combat, we're going to see if he goes berserk, rolling a 6. Oh no, there's a 1. All right, so he is in bloodlust mode. So if he rolls a 1, then regardless of how many monsters he has on his adventure record sheet, disaster strikes. The barbarian is so maddened with bloodlust that all he does this turn is slash wildly about him, causing 1 wound on every adjacent warrior. So he doesn't hit any of the goblins. He's just going to strike out blindly with rage, and he's actually going to hit his partner here, the witch hunter, for 1, bringing the witch hunter down to 8. Way to go, Harlan. All right, so now we're going to go to Harlan's turn, and Harlan is going to move up here and slash at the goblin with his saber. And let's see here, the goblin's weapon skill is 2, meaning that I need a 3 up to hit. And there it is, barely a 3. All right, so that's going to do 1d6 plus 3 damage. That's going to be 8 damage, minus 3 is 5. He has wounds of 2. Absolutely destroyed that little goblin. So now we're going to the monster phase. Both of these guys will sit here and they will attack the barbarian because he's closest here. They don't have to move. So the barbarian's weapon skill is of course 3. And so the goblins need a 4 or higher to hit. So we'll do the first one here right in front of the barbarian. There's a 5 that hits. And let's see, we're going to roll damage. 4 plus 3 is 7. Minus 4 is 3. So the barbarian is going to go down to 9 wounds. And the second one needs a 4 up to hit. And a 1, it misses. So okay, so no exploration. Now we are back up to the power phase. Let's see if things get really interesting. No, they do not. Just kind of interesting. All right, so we're at the warriors phase here. The barbarian, let's see if he goes berserk. Nope, no berserk, no bloodlust. He is going to be able to just strike out at the goblin in front of him. He needs a 3 up to hit and a 1. Man, Harlan is not having a good time with these little grunty goblins. Let's go over to Saul now, the witch hunter. I don't think I want to use, I was wondering if maybe I should use one of my amulets, but I don't want to waste it just on some goblins. But he will move here, and I will go ahead and shoot at one of the goblins here. It has a range of 6 squares, and it's a strength 5 weapon, and his ballistic skill is 4 up. So I have to get a 4, 5, or 6, 4 ups to hit this goblin with my pistol here, and a 2. All right, these goblins are lasting a lot longer than I thought they would. Okay, so now monster phase. Again, both of these goblins are going to be attacking Harlan there. The first one needs a, what would we say he needs? He needs a 4 up. Okay, he misses, and then the second one, a 5. He hits. Damage is going to be 3 plus 3 is 6 minus 4 is 2 damage. All right, so we're down to 7. These goblins are actually like doing some significant damage to to the barbarian here. So okay, well, power phase and no unexpected event. All right, come on Harlan, let's see. Going berserk, no. And come on, he needs a 3 up to hit. There we go, there's a hit. All right, so he's going to be rolling 1d6 plus 4 damage. So there's 8 damage, minus 3 is 5, killing this goblin in a single blow, which is going to be a death blow, and that's going to carry on over to this goblin here. So hopefully we can hit this guy. There we go. And damage is going to be 7 minus 3 is 4. That is enough to kill this goblin. So all right, finally. And the rewards here are going to be 20 gold each. No treasure card because that was not triggered by in a dungeon room, or actually no, if you clear out a card, you do get a treasure. That's right. I always forget that. So let's see here. Harlan is going to get 40 gold, bringing him up to 280. And the witch hunter, Saul, is going to get 20 gold, bringing him up to 100. And then we're going to draw a treasure card. Like I said, I have normal treasure cards, dungeon room treasure, and objective room treasure. We're just going to draw one regular. And whoa, another healing potion. You find a tightly sealed glass jar lying on the ground by the wall. Inside is a small quantity of glittering liquid that can only be a healing potion. The healing potion may be used to restore 1d6 wounds on a single warrior. So the witch hunter got the last treasure, so this treasure has to go to the barbarian, because you have to split treasure up equally in this game. And the barbarian, Harlan is just going to drink this healing potion right away because he did get quite damaged in that fight, and he's going to heal 4 wounds, bringing him up to 11. Okay, so there's no monster phase, there's no exploration phase. We're back to the power phase. No unexpected event. We're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, the barbarian has the lantern, and the lantern illuminates the tile that the barbarian is on and adjacent tiles. If the barbarian were to move here, he would be leaving the witch hunter in darkness, and the witch hunter would actually die because he would get lost or maybe ambushed. The light is kind of, think of it as almost kind of like a magical light that not only does it illuminate, but it keeps the forces of darkness from completely enveloping the warriors. So the barbarian needs to not move onto this tile before the witch hunter can catch up. So we're back to the power phase here. Whoop, there goes a dice off the table, and 2, no unexpected event. So the barbarian will just move up, And so will the Witch Hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4. No exploration, no monsters. Back to the power phase. Another 2. Lots of 2s on this power phase here. And let's see, we're back to the warrior phase. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we can explore. And during this exploration phase, so we'll place our lantern here. And let's see what they find through this corridor. First up is, yes, the old bottomless pit again. The Saul stares through this corridor in utter disbelief. Fear racks his brain. He can't believe that he is back here once again, having to deal with this terrible bridge that led to his downfall last time. He is completely crippled with fear, I'm sure. And I think that is where we will stop for today. So yeah, I really like the way that this dungeon is shaping up. It's looking pretty cool. It's got some nice twists and turns, a couple dead ends. And now we have to make the decision. Are we going to try to go over this bridge again? Will this absolutely destroy the Witch Hunter? He has no faith, so he cannot pray to his gods to help him get across this bridge, even if he would remember to. That is not an option. I have a feeling that we might take our chances and search this southern passage, hopefully finding the objective room that way and leaving these cards, leaving this route, hopefully unexplored. But we'll have to see what happens next time. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.